Hello YouTube. I am Kyra, which is Kira. It's not my real name, but I use it. The acronyms stand for Keeping It Real Always. Um, this is actually my first video. I had thought about doing videos for years about just life situations or experiences that I experienced that I always feel like I can share with someone else or someone can relate to that maybe need or looking for certain answers that at those times I was probably also looking for. This first video I'm doing, actually, I initially wanted to do my first video about another topic, but being that I'm actually going through a situation right now, I decided this would probably be the best topic to do first, or best because I'm actually going through it at this moment. I underwent tummy tuck surgery February 1st, 2017. Today is March 27th. I'm sorry, March 28th, 2017. So it's been going on approximately 2 months since my surgery. So I'm pretty much about 8 weeks post-op. And I wanted to share some of what I've been going through because I have also been Googling and looking at YouTube videos and researching information on pre-op, post-op, and just the emotional roller coaster you go through after having surgery. So again, I had my surgery February 1st, 2017. And I'm gonna try, my daughter's probably gonna have to help me post some pictures of before what my stomach area looked like. And I'm gonna show on the video what my stomach area currently looks like. So after having surgery, when you wake up from the surgery recovery, you are in excruciating pain. Like, the pain was so bad. I just remember waking up and just moaning because I was in so much pain. And I sort of feel like I blacked out after that. I don't remember much. I do remember coming home and just literally feeling like I can't walk, I couldn't talk, my chest hurt really bad. And for the first 3 days, my boyfriend actually literally had to do everything for me. I couldn't get up out the bed by myself. Honestly, using the restroom was even a challenge. She had to help me. And the funny thing is that the next day I was told that I had to do a follow-up visit the following day, which meant getting back in the car and driving over to the doctor's office, which I just didn't know who came up with that solution. But I felt like it had to be done because that was part of recovery, or making sure that I was okay after surgery. So the ride in the car was horrible. And I just went over there and they just wanted to make sure everything looked okay. And I returned home. But then I noticed after returning home, I was told that at that point I should start showering and taking a shower. And I noticed that, or me and my boyfriend noticed that when I got ready to get in the shower, on my left side, which was not the area of my drains, on my left side, the incision that was on my left side, my left hip, had opened. So of course we immediately contacted the doctor's office, and that was on a Tuesday or Wednesday, and we were told to come back Saturday so that they can look at it. So I was not looking forward to Saturday. So I went back Saturday and they agreed, yeah, the incision had opened to the point where I needed a couple of stitches. So they re-stitched me, and maybe 2 days later, we noticed that it started to reopen again. So imagine me, not only am I in excruciating pain, I felt like I couldn't move, I couldn't do anything. I just would lie in the bed, and pretty much try not to move as much. And so after they restitched me a second time, I had to return to the doctor's office again so the surgeon can actually look at it. Because the first time it was the assistant who sewed me up or stitched me up, and I was not really happy with that because the surgeon wasn't present, the doctor himself, and I just felt like he should have been present also. Anyhow, the third time I went back, they stitched me up again, and to say the least, a couple of days again after that, I started to reopen again. At that point, I had to go back to the doctor's office. They had to verify that, we're trying to make sure there was no infection there. What he did explain to me was that I was having I have poor blood circulation, which we learned that my right side, which was really weird, my right side was healing faster than my left side because after about a week, when my drains were removed, the little hole that they pulled the drains from closed up with no problem, whereas the hole on my left side just refused to close. And just to give you a time frame of how long it took for that hole, and it looked disgusting, to heal, it actually just started healing maybe a week and a half ago, so a little over sometime over a month. And what's important is that that he did do a culture to make sure there was no infection, which there wasn't, and so that relieved me a lot emotionally, because not only was I scared that am I going to have this thing that maybe they have to go back and have to operate, or I don't want to be my body infected. Long story short, there was no infection. The doctor advised me to clean it with betadine and ointment, a cream, and place the gauze on it. Now, something I forgot to mention is, of course, during this time, if you've had surgery, you know that you have to wear compressing garment that they give you at the doctor, and you also, at this point, you're wearing a girdle. What I know, I apologize if it's probably like a cutoff in between the video. My phone rang and it cut the video off at some point, so I'm not exactly sure where exactly I left off. I know I was talking about the girdle that you have to wear, and my incision that reopened. It eventually closed. There was no infection. It did take a little over a month for that hole to close, because again, as I said before, the left side of my body, for whatever reason, was healing slower than the right side of my body. With that being said, again, I am now 8 weeks post. I started to Google a lot of information about, you want to know about other people's results, because you want to know sort of what point you're supposed to be at, even asking questions to the doctor, but you want to know that somebody else that did it, how their recovery went, or what their results were, what they looked like, the things they went through. So for me, you do go through an emotional roller coaster, because the pain is so bad, you at some point or another start to think like, maybe I should not have done this, and then you come to the realization that it takes a lot longer to heal than you expected. The doctor initially told me, and I heard before people say 2 weeks. I don't know who those people are and what kind of bodies they have, but my body, definitely not 2 weeks. And I've noticed some of the other people that did videos, not 2 weeks. But I guess it all depends on your body, or I'm not sure of your age, or I don't know. But again, I'm 8 weeks post-op. I have not been wearing my girdle, only because, this is where I left off at, After 4 weeks, after the doctor was telling me to clean the left side of my body where the hole was with betadine ointment, and I would put the girdle on and the gauze, it was compressing into the hole, leaving it to be moist and wet and just disgusting looking. So I took it upon myself to not, after 4 weeks, which you can, depending on what your doctor tell you, you don't have to wear the girdle anymore, which I recommend, but I started to not wear it only so that, and not wear, not to give too much information, but if I wore a dress, I would not wear any underwear, just to give that area time to breathe and dry out. And that's exactly what it started to do. So within a week or two after all that time of it not healing, it started to create a scab and it started to dry out. And so I'm happy to say at this point it has completely healed, but it doesn't, it looks a little weird the way it scarred. Moving forward, in talking about the emotional roller coaster you go through, again, not only do you sometimes question, should you have done the surgery in the first place? For me, something that I haven't found yet, and I'm sure it's probably out there, I was already if you want to call it, a fit girl. I always had thighs and hips and butt. But what I've learned is that once they cut the fat cells from your stomach area, any weight you gain, or supposedly the fat cells that were stored in your stomach area, can now go from your stomach area. They now form, or can form, in your hips and your thigh area. So for me, I feel like I look even wider than I did before. And so that's the challenge for me. And that's something I've been trying to find out, like when I go online and I check some of the stories that people have posted. They say that they have said the same thing, and it's hard to lose weight once you have the tummy tuck. I guess that's why they recommend you to lose or get down to your the weight that you want to be prior to. But I'm gonna, as of tomorrow, I'm going to challenge myself to try to see if I can get my leg and thigh area down a little. And let me just point out, initially when I first came home, I couldn't eat, I couldn't stomach any food, I didn't want to smell any food. And now I am eating back to norm, but I'm not eating the things that I possibly should. Like, I'm not on a good diet, I'm not on a healthy diet. And that has a lot to do with too, because I have kids, and a lot of times we conveniently eat, meaning we eat what's convenient at that time, or we eat what the kids are eating, because sometimes it's just with me going through surgery and recovery and trying to prepare their food, and then you have to prepare something for yourself. Sometimes you just don't want to do it. And you do go through, it's normal to feel more tired maybe you did before, just not wanting to do anything, or fatigue. All of that is normal. And as someone mentioned before in another video, you should possibly talk to someone. Or for me, this is therapy for me, I think, just talking and just expressing, although nobody's talking back, just knowing that maybe I can help somebody else or give them information that I was looking for. At this point, I am happy with, and I think everybody goes through okay, you want to try on your clothes and see how they fit now. Not necessarily if you've lost any weight, you just want to see what your stomach looks like now when you're trying certain things. And I would try certain things on, but for the most part, jeans or pants, even tights, still at this point bother me. I'm still sore and swollen and sensitive to touch in the stomach, mostly around the hip area. So I try to wear mostly like sundresses or things like that for the most part. If I do wear pants, they're gonna be spandex. But I have tried on jeans just to see what they look like, because I think it's just only in our nature. You want to see what you look like. And at this point, I'm sure most people at 8 weeks post-op are happy with the results. Again, just in some things, I just look very wide. It actually almost looks like, I mean, some people do have like, you know, the butt shots and the hip shots. And it almost looks like I've had those kind of shots, but I have not. I just have a lot of hips. Um, I'm sort of trying to just cover everything. And if I forget something, or if there's something you're curious about and you want to ask me, you can either subscribe to my channel and hit me up, send a comment or a question, or you can email me at askkyra today, ASKKIRA today, TODAY at gmail.com. I'm going to be posting more videos, again, different topics. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and show you what my tummy tuck looks like at this point. Again, we are 8 weeks post-op. So I actually put on these what I consider comfortable panties. Even the panties I wear now, I don't like them to be too tight. This around the waist area is lacy, but it's, you know, stretch. You can see me pulling on it, so it's a little more comfortable than you know, the normal maybe panty. I notice some people wear the brief light panties or even boy shorts or whatever's comfortable for you. I'm sorry, I'm trying to fix myself. So I'm just going to pull the panties down a little bit to show you the scarring. And what I'm going to do is I know it, because of the light and it may be where it's at, you can't see really good. You can see the scarring. I am swollen at the moment, as you can see. It's a little swollen. I'm going all the way around. Now this part here, you can see like a little lump or bump or whatever. Just so you know, I have not had the liposuction in this area. Per the doctor, was not the best choice at the moment. I'm in Florida, and the health department recommends not to do lipo at the same time of your tummy tuck surgery. But I do, not saying that you can't, but the doctor recommended it because it gives your body time to heal from the tummy tuck first. I'm trying to get away from it so you can see. It's swollen. So sometimes it's so tight and so flat, though I won't say it hurts, but it just feels weird. But again, I'm still swollen, and it's actually hard a little bit in this area. So I actually go back after 3 months and I'm having the lipo done in that area. So I'm going to take the camera and try to get it a little closer so you can see the scars a little better. And actually this is the left side where the hole was, and it healed after over a month or so. And I'm going to post some pictures of what it looked like prior to it healing. It looked a little disgusting. So here's my scar. Sorry, my little plush robe is getting in the way. And this is around the right side. And so, and my belly button actually healed pretty well also. I noticed that a lot of people post stories about them having some type of navel infection, so that scared me a little too, because actually, and I forgot to mention, when I went back for my stitches to be removed from my navel area, he didn't really like the way it looked, although I was cleaning it, and I didn't think it looked bad, but for some reason he felt like it was not ready or completely healed. So I went back a week later, and thankfully everything was okay and the stitches were removed. But I did see some horror stories of people that had infection in the belly button area. Again, I hope that the information that I shared in the video was helpful. If there's anything that you want to ask, any questions you have, please again just email me, askkyra@gmail.com, or subscribe to the channel, send me a comment, send me a question. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Again, if you're thinking about the surgery, I was told years ago, when it comes to something like this, and if you're in good health and things like that, but if it's something that you think about 50% of the time, then more than likely maybe you should do it. And if you feel like it's something that's gonna, forget what anybody else thinks, and don't do it for anyone else. I did it for myself. Prior to me having surgery, I had 3 cesareans. I had no stomach muscles. The doctor obviously confirmed that, meaning even if I was to go out and work out and do a million sit-ups, it was not going to change the way my stomach area looked, because I had nothing to contract. So there would have always been some issue going on there, or I would have always had a fupa. So I'm happy I did it. Again, sometimes I am in my mind thinking like, oh my goodness. But then when I put on even just the dress, even the sundresses, and my body looks, it does make a big difference in how your body. I already had a shapely figure, but it does make a big difference if whether you have a shapely figure and you have a little bit of stomach, that doesn't look good. Or for me, I'm not one of those girls to show my stomach or wear a tight fitting clothing around the stomach area, when I have a pudge or whatever. So I would just always wear things that were just a little bigger around the stomach area, just because I didn't want that to show. So now I don't have to buy these technically bigger shirts or blouses or just clothing just to cover that up. So again, hope you like the video. Any questions or comments, hit me up. And good luck. If you are going to have surgery, good luck with that. Again, just do your research. Make sure you research the doctor. Make sure you check their reviews and if people were happy with that person, because regardless of the money you pay, you can't, sometimes when things happen with your health, it only takes a matter of a second for things to change your life, and you definitely don't want that to be one of them, where you overlook something that could have been looked more into. So again, good luck, and I'll see you again in another video. And if there's a certain topic that you want to ask me about, ask and see if I know or have any experience in that topic or area. I'm more than willing to share. So thanks for watching, and see you soon.